amigos, welcome back to my channel. For newbies, I'm Jessyrose. So from past few months, you have been watching the Joseph series, which was 7 parts in Telugu. I'll give all the links in the description box. If you are interested, please go check them out. So in today's video, we'll start with Joseph series, which is part 1. So without any further ado, let's dive into the video. Firstly, let's start with the meaning of Joseph. And the meaning of Joseph is he did, he will add. Let's quickly check a verse from Genesis chapter 49 verse 22. Joseph is a fruitful vine near a spring, whose branches climb over a wall. Who told these words? Why did they tell these words? When did they say? Who are his parents? Where was he born? Where was he blessed? Let's learn all of this in today's video. So Joseph is the eldest son of Jacob and Rachel. We already have videos and also blogs about them. I'll give all of those links in the description box. Please go check them out. Jacob has total 12 children, and Joseph is 11th among them. By the time when Joseph was born, Jacob might be around 90 or 91. Jacob worked for 7 plus 7, 14 years to get Rachel as his wife. That's how much he loved Rachel. If you check Genesis chapter 30 verse 1, she said to Jacob, "Give me children or I will die." Rachel tells these words to Jacob as she is in deep pain and anguish that she doesn't have any children for a very long time. In Genesis chapter 30 verse 22, then God remembered Rachel. He listened to her and enabled her to conceive. So she prayed to God, and finally God listened to her prayers and he enabled her to conceive. And finally she became pregnant. Let's quickly check a very well known verse, which is from Psalms chapter 127 verse 3. Children are a heritage from Lord, offspring a reward from him. Yes, children are heritage and reward from God, our Father. Let's check Genesis chapter 30 verse 23. She became pregnant, gave birth to a son, and said, "God has taken away my disgrace." Verse 24. She named him Joseph and said, "May the Lord add to me another son." So here we can observe Rachel is hoping that she would have another son. So she is naming the son as Joseph. And in the beginning of the video, we already learned the meaning of Joseph is he will add, right? So we can see here Rachel is having trust on her son that he will add on. Joseph was born in the place Padanaram. We already have a blog about it. I'll give the link in the description box. Please go check it out. Let's hop in to see more about Joseph. If we see Joseph's life, we can observe that he did not include in bad deeds of his brothers. Psalm chapter 5 verse 4. With you, evil people are not welcome. If you observe Genesis chapter 37 1 to 4 verses, there are few points about Joseph. Like he was 17 years old and he's a very young man. And he was the one who was loved by his father. And his father made an ornate robe for him. And his brothers hated him so much they never spoke any kind words to him. In next verses from 5 to 11, if you observe, Joseph was blessed with vision power, which is auspicious vision power. So if you can observe here, Joseph had a dream and he shared that dream with his brothers. And after sharing that dream, his brothers hated him so much and they were jealous of him. But his father kept everything in his mind. Coming to Joseph's dream, he dreamt about his future, how God is going to bless him. When he was just 17 years old, he already knew what he is going to become in the future. And if you can observe, he shared in everything with his brothers without hiding anything. We can see here his truthfulness, his sincerity, and his innocence. And in next verses from 12 to 17, you can observe that Joseph obeyed his father's words and he headed to give food to his brothers who hated him so much. So in these verses, we can observe 3 places: Hebron, Shechem, and Dothan. Coming to the first place, Hebron, the meaning of its Hebron is society or friendship. Hebron is a Palestine city on the southern west bank, which is 30 kilometers away from Jerusalem. So Jacob told Joseph to give food to his brothers and check on them, how they are doing, whether are they safe. It is a forest, so we cannot say if they are in any danger or they safe. To check on all this, Jacob sent Joseph. So when he headed to give food to his brothers, Joseph found that his brothers are in Shechem. So he gone through the valley Hebron. The meaning of this Shechem is shoulder. If you observe Genesis chapter 12 verses 6 to 7, Shechem is a place where God appeared to Abraham and he blessed them. If you observe, Joseph left his father's place and he was traveling through these mountains, hills, valleys to give food to his brothers. But these jealous brothers, knowing that their brother is coming in search of them, they moved to Dothan. And the meaning of this Dothan is law, custom. And if you observe, this Dothan is a place where Elijah ascended into a chariot of fire. And if you observe the next verses from 18 to 20, his brothers plotted to kill Joseph. They thought, we'll just throw him into one of the cisterns and tell father one of the ferocious animals devoured him. They thought to destroy everything of his future so that to check whether his dreams will come true or not. If you observe next verses from 21 to 36, Joseph was sold. On advice of Reuben, Joseph's brothers threw him into a cistern. Reuben actually planned to save Joseph after his brothers left from there so that he can save him. But in absence of Reuben, those brothers sold him to Ishmaelites who are Midianite merchants, and he was sold for 20 shekels of silver. They tore his robe, the ornate robe which his father gifted him. Remember the ornate robe Joseph wore? They stripped that robe. And then those brothers slaughtered a goat and they dipped his robe into that blood and showed to his father it as evidence that a ferocious animal has devoured him. At very young age, Joseph lost his mother, and now he was separated from his father who loved him so much, and also from his little brother Benjamin. The Midianites now sold this Joseph to Potiphar, who is in Egypt, and he is one of the Pharaoh's official, the captain of guard. At very young age, he was just 17 years old, he became a slave. He lost his mother and he was separated from his family members, and now he became a slave. How much struggle he might be going through. And this guy is the one who was faithful and he was loyal and he did not join in any of his brother's bad deeds, and still he have to go through so much. My dear amigos, even if we are truthful and loyal, we may have to face few problems in our life. But let's see for the further episodes what the reward Joseph will be receiving. So stay tuned for that. So keep waiting. And if you like this video, you know the drill. Give this video a big fat thumbs up and share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe and also hit on the bell icon to be notified whenever I post a new video. I'll see you soon in my next video. Until then, stay blessed, stay happy.